What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to go over my tips and tricks for General Grievous in Star Wars Battlefront 2. Now, the character of General Grievous has just come out to the game. He's relatively new. I got the chance to play a little bit as him. I also faced him quite a bit, so I'm going to be going over where he's good, what you guys need to do in order to be good as him. I'm going to be going over his 3 abilities and talking about him overall as a character. Now, I also want to make a video, if you guys want me to, and if this video does good, I want to talk about the things that I would do differently with General Grievous, because I like a lot of the stuff about Grievous, but I think I would change a few things about him. So if you guys want me to make that video, I will definitely make that in the future and talk about what I would have changed to make General Grievous, a little bit better. So General Grievous, in terms of a character, he's relatively good. Now, I know a lot of people have problems with some of his moves. I know he's a little bit buggy, at least to start, but he's a relatively powerful character. And obviously, one of the first things you need to know when talking about him, and an obvious thing just in general, is he has lightsabers, and because he has lightsabers, he's one of the blockable, people. So Darth Maul, for example, obviously can't block shots at him. General Grievous does, so that obviously gives him a distinct advantage against anybody with a blaster, so that's a positive right there. He's a pretty powerful villain as well, too. If you can get into a combo of swinging your lightsabers, you deal major damage, and he's very tall, very big, and he can actually get through a lot of space, so he can actually bridge the gap rather well, and that's really what his abilities are entirely designed, I think, to do. So we got 3 abilities. I'm going to be going over each of them and how to use them. So we have the first one, Unrelenting Advance. Now, this one's a little bit difficult because I like it and I also don't. Firstly, it looks amazing, and in the right situation, it works, but in the wrong situation, it really doesn't work. This is a skill that all of these skills you want to use all the way up. So his Unrelenting Advance, actually, you can use it for quite a while. You can cancel it, and if you're holding the button, you'll end up canceling it anyway. So after you hit it, you just want to let go and let him go. You can also turn him while you're doing this. And this is best, I personally feel, for anybody with a blaster. Now, lightsaberists, yes, it's okay, but to be honest, I don't feel like it does enough damage to them whatsoever. Also, he can block anything coming towards him from the front. So a lightsaber or a blaster attacking him from where his lightsabers are spinning doesn't do any damage. Now, the reason I say I think this is best on a blaster person, on a Galactic Assault match, I feel like is because you're going to be shooting him from the front. You're probably not going to have the agility to be able to get around him. And heroes versus villains, I feel like it's a lot harder. I really feel like General Grievous is not made for heroes versus villains at all. His abilities really, I feel, are best used against normal people because, again, the Unrelenting Advance, powerful, yes, can cut down a normal troops, but in terms of like another lightsaberist or even like a Han Solo or a Lando or whatever, they can just roll around and shoot him from the back. So, cool move, yes, but I really would recommend just using it mostly on normal blaster people. If you're going to use it in terms of a lightsaber match, you're going to want to be very, very careful because if they get around you, you're screwed. So try and keep them always right in front of you. Thrust Surge, I feel like, is probably one of the better ones. I feel like I'm going in order from worst to best. And again, I really like Unrelenting Advance. I think it looks absolutely amazing, but I don't think it's all that useful. Thrust Surge, I do feel like is useful because it almost seems like General Grievous locks on. That's what the blog says, but he really does kind of lock on to an enemy. You're pretty much guaranteed the opportunity to hit somebody, and this is a good one to bridge the gap because he really does kind of lunge forward at the person, and he does, in a way, lock on where you're going to end up hitting them. Even if you're not necessarily looking directly at the person, he will most likely stab that person. So this does a good amount of damage and knocks the person back, and it bridges the gap. This one's a little bit better to use when heroes versus villains. I feel like this one is designed a little bit more for everything. Obviously, this is going to probably one-hit kill a blaster person, just a normal, a normal Star Wars person, but in terms of an actual like lightsaberist or again a person just with a blaster, a Han, a Leia, or whatever, this actually does do pretty good damage. And the last one, Claw Rush, I feel like is extremely useful. Now, the blog talks about it being used as a defense and offense, and I actually totally agree. The first couple times I used this move, I used it to get out of a situation. So, in heroes versus villains, if you're a target and you're surrounded by like a lot of them, I use it to get away. Now, it can in a way still be stopped, like you can still be shot while you're doing it, but it's a good way of exiting the battle. So you could use it again to get away if you're the target and you're in a sticky situation, heroes versus villains. You could use it just in the normal, again, Galactic Assault if you're in a sticky situation. But what I also like about it is it does damage. So you can use this also to get into a fight. Now, they talked about kind of going around the fight, you kind of going like through the enemy and then popping back up and then attacking them from behind. You can do that. I think that would work better against, again, a Galactic Assault. And heroes versus villains, I would just use it to charge the enemy. So if you're facing a Rey, if you're facing a Luke, if you use this ability, firstly, again, this is another one, just like Unrelenting Advance, where it takes, where it lets you use it for a long time. It's got a long duration of usage, so you can really use this to either escape and get very, very far away, or you can use it to bridge a very far gap and get into the fight. If you're already in a fight and you use this ability and you knock into somebody, if you hit somebody on your way, you'll knock them down. And this is perfect because as soon as you knock somebody down, you end it, jump back up, and then you're ready to strike them. So this ability is really, really good when chained with just, regular swinging your lightsabers. But overall, I feel like the last two are definitely the best for heroes versus villains. I feel like all three are very good in general, just in Galactic Assault. But again, I don't feel like he's the best hero. I think he's the most unique. I think he looks the best. I think he's the coolest. But overall, he's a pretty tough character, and so his moves definitely aren't always geared towards heroes versus villains, people with other lightsabers. But again, he can block, so that's good. He can block lightsaber attacks. He can block blasters. That does definitely give him an advantage. Okay, guys, so those are my tips and tricks of how to play as General Grievous. Let me know in the comments below if you guys have any yourself. And again, let me know if you want me to make another video talking about what I would do differently. I would swap out some of these abilities and talk about that. So let me know if you want me to do that, and I'll definitely get on that. So thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you on the next one.